Relatives in line for a windfall, air hunters are on the case of a popular classical singer who died alone. In 45 minutes on BBC Two.
Here are today's team of 9 contestants about to play for £10,000. Only one of them will walk away with the prize money. 8 of them will leave empty-handed after their teammates vote them the weakest link.
Welcome to the weakest link. Any of the 9 people in the studio here today could win up to £10,000. They don't know each other. However, if they want the prize money, they'll have to work as a team. But 8 of them will leave with nothing, as round by round we lose the player voted the weakest link. Let's meet the teams.
I'm Joan. I'm a retired occupational health nurse from Exmouth in Devon, and I'm the granny of this lot.
I'm James. I'm a 23-year-old graduate from Godalming in Surrey.
My name's Colin. I'm a 40-year-old driving instructor and I come from Durham.
My name's Linda. I'm 40 years old. I'm a counsellor from Blackburn.
I'm Amir. I'm 47, a material expediter from Feltham in Middlesex.
I'm Paula, I'm 36, I'm a secretary from Watford.
I'm Jerry, I'm 36, I'm a call centre manager from West London.
I'm Laura, I'm 21, I'm a student from County Antrim in Northern Ireland.
I'm David, I'm 53, from Walsall, and I'm retired through disability.
Now the rules. In each round the aim is to answer enough questions correctly to reach your £1,000 target within the time limit. The fastest way is to create a chain of 9 correct answers. Get your question wrong and you break the chain and you lose all the money in that chain. But if you say bank before the question is asked, the money is safe. However, you start a new chain from scratch. Remember, at the end of the round, only money that has been banked can be taken forward. In round 1, there are 3 minutes on the clock. We'll start with the person whose name is first alphabetically. That's you, Amir. Let's play the weakest link. The first question is for £20. Start the clock. Amir, in food, which B is a colloquial English term for sausages?
Pass.
Bangers. Paula, according to the proverb, what should be seen and not heard?
Children.
Correct. Jerry, which British actor and comedian born in 1924 was famous for his TV sketches in which he chased scantily clad women?
Benny Hill.
Correct. Laura, what H is an artificially induced state of relaxation which is characterised by heightened susceptibility to suggestion?
Hypnosis.
Correct. David,
Bang.
which legendary monster is said to live in a lake in the Great Glen of Scotland?
Nessie.
Loch Ness, I'll accept Nessie. Joan, in the animal kingdom, what F describes a long, sharp tooth?
Fang.
Correct. James, Jennifer Aniston from the American TV sitcom Friends is married to which famous actor?
Brad Pitt.
Correct. Colin,
Bang.
in maths, add 2.5 to 3.5.
6.
Correct. Linda, in the human body, what B describes the action of briefly closing and opening the eyelids?
Blinking.
Correct. Amir,
Bank.
in finance, CGT stands for capital gains what?
Tax.
Correct. Paula, in science, which theory proposes that the universe began with a massive explosion?
Relativity.
Big Bang. Jerry, complete the title of the 1975 film starring Jack Nicholson, One Flew Over the...
Cuckoo's Nest.
Correct. Laura, in the USA, is Los Angeles situated in northern or southern California?
Northern.
Southern. David, what P is a floor composed of strips of wood forming a pattern?
Pass.
Parquetry. Joan, what food has varieties called cobs, bloomers and granary?
Bread.
Correct. James, in Greek mythology, what sea describes the giant with only one eye in the middle of its forehead?
Cyclops.
Correct. Colin, in nature, the garden pests aphids are more commonly known as what?
Greenfly.
Correct. Linda, which children's toy was invented in 1816 and is made of mirrors and coloured glass which produces patterns?
A kaleidoscope.
Correct. Amir,
Bang.
which long-running TV ballroom dance programme was first shown in 1949?
Come dancing.
Correct. Paula, in Argentina, is the currency Argentinian pesos or pesetas?
Pesos.
Correct, Jerry. In the animal kingdom, what eel is a highly destructive grasshopper-like creature?
Locust.
Correct, Laura. In nature, deciduous trees lose what in winter?
Leaves.
Correct, David.
Bank.
Nemesis and the Black Hole are white-knuckle rides at which Staffordshire theme park?
Alton Towers.
Correct, Joan. In Muriel Sparks' novel, what is Miss Brodie's first name?
Jean.
Correct, James. In UK law, how old must an able-bodied person be to drive a car on a public road?
17.
Correct, Colin. Which T is a hairpiece for covering partial baldness?
Toupee.
Correct, Linda.
Bank.
What 1994 British romantic comedy stars Hugh Grant and Andy McDowell?
4 Weddings and a Funeral.
Correct, Amir. In rugby union, how many points are awarded for a try? 3, 4 or 5?
4.
5. Paula, complete the title of this. Time is up. You answered 5 questions incorrectly and you banked £850 out of the possible 1,000 you could have banked. Now, the question is, who is least likely to stand up to the pressure of the rounds to come when you will have less time? Who is a bit slow on the uptake? Who needs to be ditched without delay? One of you is about to leave with nothing. It's time to vote off. The weakest link.
The strongest link statistically is Linda, who banked £200 for the team. The weakest link is Amir, although he did bank money for the team. Will that save him when the players vote?
Voting over, it's time to reveal who you think is the weakest link.
David.
Amir.
Amir.
David.
Laura.
David.
David.
Amir.
Amir.
Right, we have a tie. David and Amir, 4 votes each. Paula, I see your hobby is reading Julie Cooper.
Yes.
So that explains why you can't answer any science questions.
That would explain it, yes.
Right.
I'm afraid
Why
so.
David?
I know he banked money, but he was the only other person I could think of who'd got a question, at least one question wrong.
Right. David, where are you from?
Walsall in the West Midlands.
Do they not have parquet floors there?
They're rather expensive, Anne, and you have to save a lot of money.
Right. Why Amir?
It was a difficult round. I thought everyone did reasonably well, and again, I could only think that Amir got a question wrong.
Amir, where'd you come from?
From Feltham, Middlesex.
Don't have sausages there, do they?
I couldn't remember.
Oh, that's a very bad sign for the rest of the team. Linda, why David?
I think David hesitated a couple of times, and I know he actually got the questions wrong as well.
He wasn't the weakest link, of course, was he, Amir?
I don't think he was.
No. Who do you think was?
I got a couple of questions wrong, but I banked some money.
Well, Linda, as the strongest link, you have the deciding vote, whether to get rid of David or Amir. You can change your mind if you wish.
I'll stick with my decision and I'll stick with David.
Why?
Why? Because he did hesitate, and I think he was getting the nerves right away, and it's not good for us.
Right. David, Linda wants you out. You are the weakest link. Goodbye.
I feel hurt, surprised, and quite astonished because I'd banked quite a bit of money, I thought, got one question wrong, and I was no worse than 2 or 3 other players. But that's the voting system. I think Amir will go next. It's very hard at this early stage to know quite what the strengths are, but I think Amir hesitated like me, and I thought he was the weakest link.
Round 2, you've won £850 so far, but you answered 13 questions correctly in a row, so if you'd banked intelligently, you could easily have reached the target of 1,000. There are 8 of you left. We are now taking 10 seconds off the clock. We start with the strongest link from the last round. That's Linda. Let's play the weakest link. Start the clock. Linda, in children's TV, what was the name of Rod Hull's puppet bird whose enemy was a witch called Grotbags?
Emu.
Correct, Amir. Lufthansa is an airline of which country?
Germany.
Correct, Paula. In maths, which is larger, 3/5 or 7/12?
3/5.
Correct, Jerry. Which S is an English market town on the River Avon in Warwickshire, strongly linked with Shakespeare?
Stratford-upon-Avon.
Correct, Laura.
Bank.
In marine biology, is a barnacle a mollusk or a crustacean?
Mollusk.
Crustacean. Joan, on a weather map, what can be warm, cold or occluded?
Fronts.
Correct. James, in sport, how many events are there in a pentathlon?
5.
Correct. Colin, which US state is further west, Colorado or Utah?
Colorado.
Utah. Linda, what is the capital city of Japan?
Pass.
Tokyo. Amir, did Agatha Christie or Dorothy L. Sayers write romantic fiction under the pseudonym Mary Westmacott?
Dorothy Sayers.
Agatha Christie. Paula, in folklore, from where does the tooth fairy usually collect the discarded milk teeth of children?
Underneath a pillow.
Correct. Jerry, is the model Linda Evangelista Canadian or American?
Canadian.
Correct. Laura, what P is a ghost or spirit supposed to manifest its presence by making noises and moving objects?
Poltergeist.
Correct. Joan,
Bank.
in the human body, which P are the teeth found between the molars and the canines?
Pass.
Premolars. James, in pop music, which former member of Take That was nominated for 6 Brit Awards in 1999?
Robbie Williams.
Correct. Colin, in the human body, green, stick, simple and compound are all types of what?
Blood cells.
Bone fractures. Linda, used for cooling and for film and TV special effects, solid carbon dioxide is known as dry what?
Ice.
Correct. Amir, in the UK, is the Muckleflugger Lighthouse in the Shetland Islands or the Isle of Man?
Isle of Man.
Shetland Islands. Paula, in cooking, how many ounces in a pound?
14.
16. Jerry, in history, in which century were the Napoleonic Wars, the 17th or the 19th?
17th.
19th. Laura, which long-running TV science show has been presented by Maggie Philbin, Judith Hahn and Philippa Forrester?
Tomorrow's World.
Correct. Joan, does the English city of Cambridge have a cathedral?
No.
Correct. James, what is the name of the famous hook-nosed glove puppet who has a violent quarrels with his wife in a small booth?
Mr. Punch.
Correct. Colin,
Bank.
what E is the repetition of a sound wave by reflection from a surface?
Echo.
Correct. Linda, which edible flatfish is distinguished by the bright orange spots on its dark side?
Cod.
Place. Amir, in the animal kingdom, do walruses molt?
Yes.
Correct. Paula. Time is up, and of the £1,000 available in that round, you banked a disappointing 400. Who is looking worryingly dim? Which of you is too stupid to stay? One of you is about to leave with nothing. It's time to vote off the weakest link.
James was the only player to answer all of his questions correctly, so he is the strongest link. Colin is the weakest link, although he did bank £100 for the team. But will this save him when it comes to the vote?
Voting over, it's time to reveal who you think is the weakest link.
Linda.
Paula.
Amir.
Paula.
Linda.
Linda.
Amir.
Colin.
Paula. Why Linda?
Well, after a brilliant last round, I felt she lost it a bit this round, I'm afraid.
Jane, what do you do?
I knew you were going to ask me. I'm a nurse.
You never heard of premolars?
I couldn't think of a P in teeth at the time.
Why Linda?
Well, she had a super round the first round, but this time I felt that, you know, she really wasn't good enough.
Right. Linda, what happened to you?
I think just brain fade.
Well, interestingly, statistically, you weren't the worst player, was she, Colin?
No, she wasn't.
Who was?
Well, I didn't think it was me. I got 2 questions wrong.
You didn't think it was you?
No, I didn't think it was me.
No, but statistically, you were the worst player. It's votes that count. Linda, with 3 votes, you are the weakest link. Goodbye.
I feel really disappointed about being voted off. I was the strongest link in the first round and I thought that might have held some credit. I think Colin will be voted off next round. He made some mistakes in that last round and they went unseen. So I think the group might pick that up on the next one.
Round 3. You could have won £2,000 by now. In fact, you have in the bank just 1,250. There are 7 of you left. We are taking another 10 seconds off the clock. We'll start with the strongest link from the last round. That's James. Let's play the weakest link. Start the clock. James, in human biology, the metacarpus is the scientific name for which part of the body?
Don't know.
The palm. Colin, what is the art of creating a design by means of inscribing blocks of metal, wood or some other hard material with a pointed instrument?
Etching.
Engraving. Amir, what name is given to the temperature at which a substance changes from a liquid to a solid?
Don't know.
Freezing point. Paula, in classical music, where was Richard Wagner's last opera, Parsifal, set? Wales or Spain?
Spain.
Correct. Jerry, in geography, what is the name given to the group of approximately 500 islands off the west coast of Scotland?
Shetland.
The Hebrides. Laura, in music, were British band UB40 formed in Wolverhampton or Birmingham?
Birmingham.
Correct. Joan, in food, what type of drink is Liebfraumilch?
It's wine, white
Correct,
wine.
James. In music, is a tam-tam a large gong or a small drum?
Small drum.
Large gong. Colin, in literature, which German leader wrote an autobiography which translated as My Struggle?
Hitler.
Correct. Amir,
Bank.
what prestigious British aero engine and car manufacturer declared itself bankrupt in 1971?
British Aerospace.
Rolls-Royce. Paula, in the animal kingdom, what type of creature is a gnu?
It's a type of moose.
It's an antelope. Jerry, in which year was Anne Frank's diary first published? 1947 or 1955?
55.
1947. Laura, in classical music, what O is a dramatic musical in which actors sing some or all of their parts?
Opera.
Correct. Joan, in which decade was the first Edinburgh Festival?
30s.
1940s. James, did James Hargreave invent a machine called the Spinning Jenny or the Spinning Mary?
Spinning Jenny.
Correct. Colin, what day do the French celebrate every July 14th?
That's Bastille Day.
Correct. Amir, which famous British film actor went on to direct films including Gandhi and Shadowlands?
Richard Attenborough.
Correct. Paula,
Bank.
in the animal kingdom, is an orf a fish or a cat?
A fish.
Correct. Jerry, the name of which burrowing animal is a shortened form of an Old English word moldwarp, meaning earth thrower?
Mole.
Correct. Laura,
Bank.
on the World Wide Web, what country does NZ domain represent?
New Zealand.
Correct. Joan,
Bank.
on the 3rd of February 1959, Richie Valens and the Big Bopper died in a plane crash with which pop legend?
I don't know.
Buddy Holly. James, in travel, which D is a city in eastern France which was the historical capital of Burgundy?
No, don't know.
Dijon. Colin, in jazz. Time is up. It was a disastrous round. You scraped together just £190. Who needs to be given their marching orders? Who gets worse as time progresses? Who is no longer worthy of a place in this team and is costing you money? It's time to vote off the weakest link.
The only player to answer all of her questions correctly was Laura, so she is the strongest link. James has gone from being the strongest link in the last round to the weakest link. But will his previous success be taken into account when it comes to the vote?
Voting over, it's time to reveal who you think is the weakest link.
Amir.
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 Colin.
James.
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 We have another tie team. James and Amir, 3 votes each. And let me say, as a team, you were rubbish in the last round. You banked £210 less than the previous round. You're actually meant to be getting better. James, why Amir?
I felt he was the weakest.
Did you?
I did.
Statistically, he wasn't the weakest link.
I never believe statistics.
The others might. Laura, as the strongest link in the last round, you have the choice of James or Amir. James doesn't believe in statistics, but statistically he was the weakest link. Who would you like to go?
I'm going to have to go for James then.
Statistics, you don't believe him, have done you in. You are the weakest link. Goodbye.
I feel that I would deserve to be voted off, really, because I did have a bad round. But having been the strongest link in the last round, I think it was a little bit harsh. I think Amir should be voted off next. He's been consistently poor from the very first question, and he got lucky in the first couple of rounds to stay in. So I think he should go next.
Round 4. There is £1,440 in the bank out of potential prize money of £3,000. 6 of you left. We are taking another 10 seconds off the clock. You now have only 2.5 minutes. We'll start with the strongest link from the last round. That's Laura. Let's play the weakest link. Start the clock. Laura, in science, what do barometers measure?
Pressure. Air pressure.
Air pressure, correct. Joan, what sea is a goat-like antelope found in the Alps whose skin is made into soft, pliant leather?
Kashmir.
Chamois. Colin, Chou En-lai was Prime Minister of which country from 1949 to 1976?
Vietnam.
China. Amir, in medicine, does trachoma affect the eye or the lung?
The lungs.
The eye. Paula, in history, what type of weapon was a blunderbuss?
Gun.
Correct. Jerry, in biology, is riboflavin vitamin B2 or vitamin B6?
B2.
Correct. Laura, in Greek and Roman mythology, what N were spirits of nature represented as young and beautiful maidens who lived in the forest, mountains, rivers and seas?
Pass.
Nymphs. Joan, in the UK, what motorway runs between Leeds and London via Leicester?
The M1.
Correct. Colin, in which famous valley would you expect to find Prince Siegfried?
The Rhone Valley.
Swan Lake. Amir, in science, what D is the process of reducing the concentration of a solution by adding a solvent such as water to cordial?
Dilute.
Dilution, yes, I'll accept. Paula, was the inventor of shrapnel British or American?
American.
British. Jerry, what A is a place where bees are kept?
Apiary.
Correct. Laura, in which year was NATO formed, 1949 or 1954?
49.
Correct.
Bank.
Joan, what is the name of the BBC TV music chart show which has been running since 1964?
Top of the Pops.
Correct. Colin, in Shakespeare's play Hamlet, what relation is Gertrude to Hamlet?
It's his mother.
Correct. Amir, in
Bank.
history, in which century was the Inquisition established by Pope Gregory IX, 13th or 16th?
16.
13th. Paula, which influential British pop band were also known as the Fab Four?
The Beatles.
Correct. Jerry, if a clock is advertised at £90, what will the price be after a 10% discount?
81.
Correct.
Bank.
Laura, which alcoholic spirit is the juniper berry used to flavour?
Vodka.
Gin. Joan, in finance, a tax-exempt special savings account is better known by which acronym?
Tessa.
Correct. Colin,
Bank.
in the 1963 film The Great Escape, what vehicle? Time is up, and you did even worse in that round. You backed a measly £170. I hardly need say it, but you need to sling the slow coach. Ditch the dimwit. It's time to vote off the weakest link.
The strongest link in this round is Jerry, who answered all of his questions correctly. For the second time in the game, Colin is the weakest link. But can he survive the vote?
Voting over, it's time to reveal who you think is the weakest link.
Colin.
Laura.
Colin.
Amir.
Colin.
Colin.
Laura, why Colin?
He got some questions wrong. He's been pretty poor the past couple of rounds, and I think it's time for him to go, basically.
Joan, how's it going for you?
So-so. Not so good last round.
No. Why Colin?
Well, I felt that he hesitated, danced like more than I did,
Right.
and didn't do too well that round.
Colin, politics, the arts, geography. Your ignorance is wide-ranging. Statistically, you're the worst player. With 4 votes, you are the weakest link. Goodbye.
In the round I was voted off, I'm gutted because really I thought my strength was going to hopefully come through with the more rounds that went on, the more use we got answering questions. But this is the way life goes, isn't it? Next, I think Amir should be voted off. Throughout the whole show, he's had a lot of questions which were quite easy in my view, and he got them wrong.
Round 5, and you're going down the drain fast. Your total now is 1,610. If you'd hit your target, it'd be £4,000. There are 5 of you left. Another 10 seconds coming off the time. We start with the strongest link from the last round. That's Jerry. Let's play the weakest link. Start the clock. Jerry, which area of Russia, famous for its freezing winter conditions, was used to exile political and criminal prisoners?
Siberia.
Correct. Laura, in politics, Janata is a political alliance in which Asian country?
India.
Correct. Joan, in sport, what is the nickname of Arsenal Football Club?
Gunners.
Correct. Amir, in
Bank.
science, is a macromolecule a very small or very large molecule?
Large.
Correct. Paula, which former Radio 1 DJ was famous for broadcasting listeners' stories of heartbreak in our tune?
Simon Bates.
Correct. Jerry, in science, what n is a measure of force?
Pass.
Newton. Laura, in sport, in which century was the Marylebone Cricket Club known as the MCC formed?
20th.
18th. Joan, which American state is sometimes referred to as the thunderstorm capital?
As the
Thunderstorm capital.
pass.
Florida. Amir, which famous British playwright wrote the tragedy Titus Andronicus?
Don't know.
William Shakespeare. Paula, the BBC Sports Personality of the Year has been won on most occasions by representatives of which sports?
Rowing.
Athletics. Jerry, in the animal kingdom, the proboscis monkey is famous for which bulbous facial feature?
Nose.
Correct. Laura, which Sydney landmark is known affectionately as the Old Coat Hanger?
Sydney Opera House.
Sydney Harbour Bridge. Joan, in classical music, what do string players do to their strings when they play pizzicato?
They pluck them.
Correct. Amir, which P is a mocking imitation of the style of a literary work?
Pass.
Parody. Paula, who played Frank Butcher in the TV soap opera EastEnders?
Mike Reid.
Correct. Jerry, what N is the surname of Trevor, the English stage director who in 1968 was appointed artistic director of the Royal Shakespeare Company?
None.
Correct. Laura, in children's literature, what nationality was Hans Christian Andersen?
Dutch.
Danish. Joan, in art, is a stupa a Buddhist religious monument or an ancient Egyptian picture frame?
Ancient Egyptian picture
Buddhist
frame.
religious monument. Amir, with which movement in art are the painters Cézanne and Monet associated?
Renaissance.
Impressionism. Paula, in which decade of the 20th century was the first King Kong? Time is up. A disastrous round. You won just £170. Who is for the chop? Who really should not be here anymore? Who is now an embarrassment? It's time to vote off the weakest link.
With the most correct answers, Jerry is the strongest link for the second time. The worst player in this round is Laura, although she did bank some money for the team. But will the other players have picked up on this?
Voting over, it's time to reveal who you think is the weakest link.
Amir.
Joan.
Amir.
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 Not much doubt this time round. Jerry, how's it going for you?
Not too bad.
Right. Why Amir?
Couple of bad rounds, and he needs to brush up on his Shakespeare.
How's it going for you, Laura?
Better at the beginning. It's getting progressively harder.
You thought Amir was statistically the weakest link, did you?
No.
No. Who
Thought I was.
That's correct. Not that it gains you anything. Amir, I don't know why it's taken so long. The range of subjects you know nothing about is almost impressive. Unanimously, the team have had enough. You are the weakest link. Goodbye.
I feel so bad about the Shakespeare question and getting it wrong, because I know my Shakespeare pretty well. And I think when I go back home and my kids and my family are going to say, Dad, you got that wrong. Well, I think Jerry will win. He looks pretty confident and he's getting all the questions bang on.
Round 6 team, you've won so far £1,780 of a possible £5,000. You've got rid of the graduate, the driving instructor, the counsellor, the salesman, and not before time, Amir. There are 4 of you left. We are cutting another 10 seconds off the clock time. We start with the strongest link from the last round. That's Jerry. Let's play the weakest link. Start the clock. Jerry, in pop music, which boy band's album launched in October 2000 is called Coast to Coast?
Westlife.
Correct, Laura. In medicine, by what name is a myocardial infarction more commonly known?
An X-ray?
A heart attack. Joan, what was the name of the Blackadder TV comedy series which was set during the First World War?
I don't know.
Blackadder goes fourth. Paula, in the Olympics, in which sport could you compete at the trap, double trap or skeet?
Shooting.
Correct. Jerry, in history, which organisation was established in 1919 for international cooperations by the Versailles Peace Settlement?
NATO.
League of Nations. Laura, in the UK, George Cowling became the first forecaster of what to be seen on television in 1954?
Weather.
Correct. Joan, which theatre for young people was founded in 1956 by Michael Croft, a teacher at Allen's School?
National Youth Theatre.
Correct. Paula, Dennis Compton made his name playing at the highest level in cricket and which other sport?
Football.
Correct. Jerry, what canal links Manchester to the Mersey Estuary?
Grand Union Canal.
Manchester Ship Canal. Laura, in darts, how many points would you score if you hit 20, double 11 and 6?
48.
Correct. Joan, at how many degrees to each other are perpendicular lines?
I don't know.
90. Paula, on which river does the city of Cologne stand?
Cologne.
The Rhine. Jerry, in TV, what late-night satirical puppet show of the 1980s and 90s featured the voices of Harry Enfield and Steve Coogan?
Spitting Image.
Correct. Laura, in sport, what P is the name of the strip which fencers move on and shares its name with a ski slope?
Piste.
Correct.
Bank.
Joan, in art, a tondo is a painting of what shape?
Triangular.
Circular. Paula, which prematurely grey American comedian, actor and writer studied philosophy at California State University?
Steve Martin.
Correct. Jerry, which mountain was first climbed in 1786 by Michael? Time is up, and it would be fair to describe that round as disastrous. You put into your kitty a pathetic £50. Who really now needs to be on their way home? Who would be better lying down and not costing you money? It's time to vote off the weakest link.
The statistics show that Paula is the strongest link. The weakest link is Joan, having answered most of her questions incorrectly. But will the votes follow the facts?
Voting over, it's time to reveal who you think is the weakest link.
Jerry.
Joan.
Laura.
Joan.
Paula, why Joan?
She's had some very good rounds, done some banking, but in the last round I felt she was losing it a little bit.
Laura, why Joan?
Well, I mean, none of us are performing exceptionally well, and somebody had to be picked, basically, and I just remember getting a couple of questions wrong, which I knew, so...
Joan, how do you think you're doing?
Well, I didn't do well in the last round.
Statistically, we're the worst player, and 2 votes, you are the weakest link. Goodbye.
Playing the game for real is a lot of fun. I came here to have fun, and I really have enjoyed it. I think it's very difficult to decide out of the 3 people left who is going to be voted off next. But it really wouldn't surprise me if the youngest member of the team, that is Laura, the law student, actually wins.
Round 7, you have £1,830 out of the £6,000 you could have won by now. 3 of you left, another 10 seconds off the clock. We start with the strongest link from the last round, that's Paula. Let's play the weakest link. Start the clock. Paula, in the USA, what do the initials of the IRS, the division of the Treasury which collects its taxes, stand for?
Internal Revenue Services.
Correct. Jerry, which pop group's album launched in November 2000 is titled Forever?
Spice Girls.
Correct. Laura, what N is the African country that gained its independence from South Africa in 1990?
Nigeria?
Namibia. Paula, in film, who directed and starred in the 1961 Western One-Eyed Jacks?
John Wayne.
Marlon Brando. Jerry, what is the distance in metres of the shortest Olympic swimming event?
100.
50. Laura, in the UK, which sea does the River Mersey enter after a course of 70 miles?
Irish Sea.
Correct. Paula, in the 1965 film The Sound of Music, who played the austere widower Captain Von Trapp?
Pass.
Christopher Plummer. Jerry, what tea related to rhinos have short mobile trunks and are forest-dwelling nocturnals native to South America?
Pass.
Tapirs. Laura, what musical style, which followed punk, encompassed 1980s bands such as Spandau Ballet and Duran Duran?
New Romantics.
Correct. Paula, what satellite TV music channel was launched in the USA in 1981?
MTV.
Correct. Jerry, to what senior position in Scottish politics was Donald Dewar elected in May 1999, which he held until his death in October 2000?
First Minister.
Correct. Laura, in football, Barcelona sold Luis Figo to which Spanish club in July 2000 for a world record fee?
Valencia.
Real Madrid. Paula, in UK politics, whom did John Major beat in the Conservative leadership election of 1995?
Neil Kinnock.
John Redwood. Jerry, which country singer has made albums in San Quentin and Folsom prisons?
Pass.
Johnny Cash. Laura, 100 grams of Turkish Delight cost £2. How much? Time is up, and in that round you banked a pathetic £100. Now, in round 8, you get the chance to treble what you bank, if indeed you bank anything. That means in the next round, there's £3,000 to be won. The question is, who is least likely to assist you in getting that bank balance up? It's time to vote off the weakest link.
The statistics show that for the third time in the game, Laura is the strongest link. The weakest link is Paula. But who will lose out in this final vote?
Voting over, it's time to reveal who you think is the weakest link.
Laura.
Paula.
Paula.
Jerry, why Paula?
Because I thought we were all as bad as each other in the last round. And previously I'd voted for Laura, so I swapped and went for Paula.
Paula, tell us a bit about Neil Kinnock's membership of the Conservative Party.
I thought I'd misheard you. I thought you said Labour.
Oh, it's my fault.
No, it's not your fault at all. No, it's just me. The nerves got the better of me.
OK. Well, statistically, you are the worst player. With 2 votes, you are the weakest link. Fine.
I feel disappointed to have gotten so far and not made the final. Part of me is wondering if I was voted off because they felt I might have been a threat to them. I might have known more than they do. I think Jerry will win it. He's very steady. He thinks slightly before he answers rather than rushing in with the first thing that he can think of. So I think he'll do well. I think he'll win it.
Round 8. You've won £1,930 so far. By now, you could have won £7,000. Jerry and Laura, just the 2 of you left, and this time you have only 90 seconds, but whatever you win in this round will be trebled and added to your total to make up your final prize money. So £3,000 is at stake in this round. We'll start with the strongest link from the last round. That's Laura. Let's play the weakest link. Start the clock. Laura, what ale is a member of the Finch family which was once kept as a cage bird because of its musical song?
Lark.
Linnet. Jerry, in which year of the 1980s did Michael Jackson release the Bad album?
84.
87. Laura, which nomadic herders of reindeer inhabit the region of North Scandinavia?
Pass.
Lapps. Jerry, according to the proverb, in a futile situation you should save your what to cool your porridge?
Milk.
Breath. Laura, the tomb of Edward the Black Prince is in which Kentish cathedral?
Canterbury.
Correct. Jerry,
Thanks.
which John was a leading metaphysical poet famous for his love poems?
Keats.
John Donne. Laura, in film, who directed and co-wrote the comedy spoofs Spaceballs and Robin Hood Men in Tights?
Mel Brooks.
Correct. Jerry,
Bank.
in which European country were the first botanical gardens created?
England.
Italy. Laura, in Britain, an emerald wedding anniversary celebrates how many years of marriage?
45.
55. Jerry, on what TV game show first showed in 1951 did a celebrity panel have to guess a contestant's job from a mime they performed?
Pass.
What's my line? Laura, which reference guide to the titled Aristocracy of Great Britain was first published in 1802?
Who's who?
Debrett's. Jerry, in UK politics, in which year did Harold Wilson resign as Prime Minister?
Pass.
1976, Laura, in the animal kingdom, a colony of Barbary apes. Time is up. It's fair to say that's one of the most embarrassing, dismal performances we've ever seen on The Weakest Link. You answered only 2 questions correctly and put into the kitty just £40. We'll treble that and add it to the winnings from the previous rounds. That means prize money today of £2,050. But only one of you can take that money away. You will now be playing against each other head to head. I'll ask alternate questions, best of 5. Whoever answers the most correctly wins. It's as simple as that. If there's a tie after 5, we'll go for sudden death until we have a winner. So, Jerry and Laura, for £2,050, let's play The Weakest Link. Laura, as the strongest link in the last round, you have the choice of who goes first.
I'll go first.
Laura, which Greek heroine and daughter of Oedipus became the subject of a play by Sophocles?
Aphrodite.
Antigone. Jerry, in Australia and New Zealand, what name is given to the national holiday commemorating April the 25th, 1915, when troops from Australia and New Zealand landed at Gallipoli?
Anzac Day.
That is the correct answer. Laura, name the controversial British artist who is also a member of the pop group Fat Les.
Damien Hirst.
That is the correct answer. Jerry, in history, who was bitten on his wedding night by Josephine's dog Fortune, who thought he was attacking her?
Napoleon.
That is the correct answer. Laura, in the animal kingdom, rockhoppers and jackasses are what type of creature?
Insects.
The correct answer is penguins. Jerry, in religion, the Book of the Dead is the name given to a large collection of text dating from about 2400 BC, found in the tombs of which ancient civilization?
Egyptian pharaohs.
That is the correct answer. Laura, if you want to stay in the game, you have to answer this question correctly. Which sports trophy did a dog called Pickles find in 1966?
The World Cup.
That is the correct answer. Jerry, if you answer this question correctly, you have won. So for £2,050. In 1783, which brothers constructed the first hot air balloon to fly untethered with 2 human passengers?
Montgolfier.
That is the correct answer. That means, Jerry, you are today's strongest link, and you go away with £2,050. Laura, you leave with nothing. Join us again for The Weakest Link. Goodbye.
I got really close to winning and I'm disappointed I'm going home empty-handed. But Jerry was a good player and he deserved to win in the end.
I'm really shocked. It's brilliant that I actually won, but I'm still shocked. I did so badly in that last round, knew absolutely nothing. The mind went blank. And then to go through onto the end game and just know the answers, it's just brilliant.
The nation's network of air hunters are on the scent of a £250,000 estate. Next.
Monaco awaits. And with 5 different winners from the first 5 races, it's anyone's for the taking.
Fantastic preparation, fantastic qualifying. I just don't know where all this excitement is going to end.
The Monaco Grand Prix.
What a great day of motor racing.
Full live coverage starts Saturday from 12:10 on BBC TV, radio and online.
London's burning, London's burning. Fetch the engines, fetch the engines. London, the creation of a super city, starts Saturday at 9:15 with a picture of London on BBC Two.